and welcome to another session of Clearing Our Implants. Well, we will heal ourselves and heal the world. And so while we're waiting for everyone to gather, let's take a few moments. And what we are going to do is we're going to visualize a white light around this session. We're going to be protecting this session and all of its participants, so that we have the optimum healing and we have a very successful session. So just for a minute, let's close our eyes and visualize all participants and all technology surrounded in brilliant white light. And thank you for that. So we welcome you all to another international session of Clearing Our Implants. We're going to do some powerful work today. This is actually a very powerful day. Some of you may have done the Fire the Grid meditation earlier today and realize that there's a lot of good energies going on today. So it's actually a perfect time for us to gather together here to do the session. We're welcoming people from around the world. My name is Deborah, and I will be your facilitator today. You may know me from my interviews with Cobra, and actually we've got another one coming up. So we invite you, if you do have a question or questions that you would like considered to be included in the interview, toss them in the chat, put them in the chat, and we'll collect them. So this is a great time for you to ask those questions, those burning questions that we would like to talk to Cobra about. So I know many of you follow Cobra and his intel. So anyway, and I'm also a leader with the Sister of the Rose Planetary Network. So we have a beautiful team. Got a lot of beautiful goddess energy today with us. So let me introduce the team. Hello, May. Could you say hi to us? May is doing the technical for today. So.
Okay, thank you. Good night. Well, I'm Mai. I'm so very happy to share with you this night. And well, only I want to say enjoy the session and the goddess is with you. Thank you.
Thank you, May. Yes, the goddess. Let's bring out that beautiful goddess in all of us. And that includes the men too, right? We all have some beautiful divine feminine energy that needs to be brought out into the world at this time. So, and let's say hello to Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cindy from France. I manage the French Prepare for Change website and the French website for meditation, French Will of Mass Meditation. I participate in the English and French clearing implant session. I participate in French Live to explain Cobra's article. And since a few months, I participate in the French and multilingual spiritual marathon. And I'm very happy to be here with you to hack the matrix.
Yes, let's hack the matrix. Awesome, Cindy. You are one busy lady. And hello, Agi.
Hi, Deborah. This is Agi from Hungary, from the Hungarian team. Yes, we are doing kind of the same, translating Cobra's informations to Hungarian and also arranging the meditations and planting Tintamanis. So, yeah, and we have some Sisterhood of the Rose groups as well in Hungary. So, yes, let's ensure the goddess energies.
Yes. So we're rocking and rolling today with the goddess.
Exactly.
to have a very powerful session. So we want to thank everyone who has joined us. Tell us where you're from in the chat, and say hello to your brothers and sisters around the planet that are joining us today. If this is your first time, we welcome you. And if you're a regular attendee, thank you so much for your dedication to this work. This is such powerful work, and very important at this time on the planet. So let me just briefly run through what we're doing today. We first we'll do a quick explanation of what the implants are for about 5 minutes, and then we will begin our preparation to do the implant removal exercises. So the first one we're doing is a protection protocol. It's very important that we protect ourselves when we do this work. So we will start with that. Then we will invoke command 1221, and we will invoke our I am presence. So these are all very important to do before we begin the core exercises. And there are 3 of those. The first one is the contract cancellation that we will do. Then we will move on to the 2 triangulation exercises. One is called I am God, and one is called Sex is Love. And you will need paper and something to write with for these last 3. So please make sure you have that handy when we do that a little later in the session. So, and we'll explain these as we go along, how these work. Then we'll offer some time for discussion. We'll share your comments, questions, try to answer some questions. So so we'll save time at the end for that. And then if you'd like to stay on, we're going to be chatting a little bit about some very important upcoming times ahead. Some global meditations coming up, the big one on December 21st on the solstice. So we're getting excited about that. There's some preparation we need to do before that, so we will talk about that. But and a reminder to our international audience, the exercises that we're doing today have been translated into the languages that you see on the screen. And so to find those translations, if it's easier for you to do the exercises today in one of these languages, you can find those on the victorialuminous.fr/clearing-implants. And the team has put those links in the chat box, and they're also in the description on YouTube. So let's briefly talk, what are the implants? Just so that we're super clear, because these implants are not something that a lot of people are aware of. They have been very hidden from us. And so to explain that, approximately 25,000 years ago, the dark forces took humanity hostage, and they created Quarantine Earth. They created a virtual reality control system that is usually referred to as the Matrix. The implants are one of the means of control that the dark forces use to maintain this matrix. They are programmable crystals that continue to be put into the mental, astral, and etheric bodies of every human upon incarnation. So in other words, these are in our non-physical bodies. These implants create a space-time black hole anomaly, thus confusing human mind and emotions. Every person has 3 primary implants, as we will describe next, and each implant holds belief systems that limit our spiritual evolution. So the light forces have already begun with the gradual clearing of these implants, and we can help in this process by doing this exact work that we're doing here today. And when we work together as light workers and light warriors, it truly, truly facilitates the actions of the light forces to liberate the planet. And Cobra has confirmed this with us, that this work that we are doing is making a difference. It is important, and it is essential to do on a regular basis. So again, thank you to those of you who do attend on a regular basis. You are making a huge impact on the planet. And so just to show you about where these 3 primary implants are that we will work on today, 2 of them are in the frontal lobe right above your eyebrows. Remember, this is in your non-physical energy fields. And these are called the vertical implants. And these literally were here to cut and separate our connection with source. and with our higher self. So it affects our decision making. It brings up our survival fears. It blocks our intuition. And if you have feelings of separation or loneliness, excuse me, that so many light workers have throughout their lives, it's probably because of these implants that were literally placed upon incarnation into that frontal lobe area. So to work on that, we will be doing the I Am God exercise. Then we will move on to the helping to clear the horizontal implant, and this is located about 4 centimeters or about 1.5 inches above your navel. And this was placed here to literally cut and separate our heart energy from our sexual energy, and to separate, to put a separation between men and women, because men and women were given different, almost opposite implants as it relates to the concept of love and sex. And so this is where there's a lot of conflict and division and separation between people, and especially between men and women. This implant also blocks our emotions and our creativity, and it also suppresses that very important Kundalini life force. So we are going to be doing the exercise Sex is Love in a little while. So, and again, before every incarnation, they reimplant us over and over, again and again, to assure that we are kept in that place of amnesia and to keep our vibrations low. So you can see why it's really important that we work to clear these for our own connection to source and to help raise the vibration of the planet. A couple quick guidelines. Remember, these implants have been here for quite a while. They play a huge role in keeping the matrix alive and keeping humanity suppressed. So the dark forces don't want them removed. So that's why it's so very important to always protect yourself when you're doing this type of work, which we will be doing in a moment. It's also important to invoke your I Am presence. That will help to legitimize the contract cancellation that we will be doing momentarily as well. And just a note that you can repeat these exercises on your own whenever you want. The more often the better. These sessions are recorded, so you can go back and do them or do them on your own. However, you should respect the protocol that we're presenting here that presents the protection meditation, the contract cancellation, and in the order that we present it, just so that you can have the most safe and successful experience. So let us move on to that very important step where we protect ourselves. And for this, we will just be running a 7-minute video. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and follow along for 7 minutes, and let us protect ourselves.
Relax your body, emotions, and mind by focusing on your breath or in any other way that works for you. Visualize a brilliant white vortex of light emanating soul star chakra, moving in a clockwise direction downwards throughout your body, purifying the energy fields of your physical, plasma, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. Maintain this vortex by connecting it to the source of universal light and program it to maintain all your energy bodies purified. Visualize an egg-shaped, semi-permeable mirror shield around your auric field of your physical, plasma, etheric, astral, and mental bodies. This mirror shield allows all positive energies into your energy field, but reflects and bounces all negative energies back to their source. Program this mirror shield to alert you when any type of negative energy is directed your way, and let it reflect it back to its origin. Visualize light rearranging all parts of yourself and all parts of your energy fields back into a state of balance and harmony. While doing this, you can hum the mantra Om, because Om is the primeval sound of light, and its resonance will restore harmony most effectively.
And a reminder that that is a fabulous meditation to do daily on your own. Great way to start your day, maybe before you go to bed. And you can find this meditation in many languages on the We Love Mass Meditation YouTube channel. So, yeah, we encourage you to use that often. And so let's move on to our next exercise, number 2. This is command 1221 that we will be invoking. And I'm going to be turning this over to Cindy, who will walk us through this. Hi, Cindy.
Thanks, Deborah. So now I'm going to present you the exercise number 2 of command 1221. So this code has 2 functions: assistance or help, and communication. The first time you use this code, a multidimensional galactic Pleiadian team is formed to help you. When you have a problem, need help, or assistance, even in case of emergency, you can use this code. Each time you use this code, your team will act immediately by scanning you remotely and using Stardust technology to help you. This code is also used to communicate with your galactic team, to make requests, thank them, or simply talk to them. You have 2 ways to invoke this code. You should pronounce command 1221 3 times in a row in your head. Or, in a second more powerful way, that is to say, pronounce command 1221 3 times in a row in a loud voice. It is much more powerful. And when you pronounce it, articulate well and feel what is happening in your body, physically and energetically. Now we are going to let you 1 minute to invoke this code 3 times in a row, command 1221.
Thank you so much, Cindy. That was fantastic. I love the extra information that you shared with us today. Can we feel our teams around us? As Cindy said, they're here to assist us and support us, guide us, whatever kind of support we need. And so let's also visualize all of us around the planet working together, forming a huge circle of light with these beautiful light beings around us. And let's unite this light together and create something super powerful. I feel like we're creating a portal just by doing that. So, all right, thank you again, Cindy. And now we are moving on to our 3rd exercise, the invocation to connect to our I Am Presence. And with this, I'm turning this over to Agi, who will talk us through this one. Thank you, Agi.
You're welcome, Deborah. So yes, this is the 3rd exercise, and we are going to connect to our I Am Presence. And with that, we can legitimate the contract cancellation that we will have right after this step, because unfortunately we all have contracts with the dark forces, but we can cancel these contracts with this cancellation. Most of them, not all of them for once, but we can go step by step, and each time we read this cancellation, we can go further with nullifying these contracts. So I will tell the first sentence, which is the technology of the light forces. that will create a pure white light around us. I will say it and you can repeat it after me. I will be very slowly. I call upon the pillar of pure white light to descend upon me and to form around me. I call upon the presence of the I am that I am. I ask the presence of the I am that I am to join and merge with me. And the next part, the second part, is going to be a visualization when we visualize all our higher chakras above our head, that they are getting clean and bright, and so we can connect to our higher self like that. I will read this part too, and you can repeat it after me. I visualize and call upon the energy, the pure white light, to move upward inside the pillar of light in the direction of higher light, through my crown chakra at the top of my head. Energize my chakras one by one. Energize my 8th chakra. And you can visualize as this bright light is clearing your 8th chakra, which is now clear and shining. And energize my 9th chakra. Energize and clean and clear our 10th chakra. Energize our 11th chakra. And energize our 12th chakra. In the 12th chakra, I meet, merge, and unite with the I am presence. I bring back the presence and imbue my body with the presence. From the top of my head all the way to the bottom of my feet, and all the way to the core of Mother Gaia. So thank you. There is in fact a meditation for that on We Love Mass Meditation site. That is a 20-minute long meditation which guides you the same way through all the chakras. It's brilliant.
Yes, that's a great meditation. Another good one to do every day if you have the time. So, yeah, thank you so much, Agi.
You're welcome.
Okay, we are feeling good in a good place. And now we are going to move on to, excuse me, dealing with a scratchy throat today. So I apologize. Dealing with the presentation, or we're going to do the presentation of the core exercises. We're moving on to these very important core exercises that will work to help dissolve the implants. Reminder, you need something to write with and paper. First one is that contract cancellation. And what we're going to be doing is on a piece of paper, writing out the contract cancellation that you'll see in a moment, and then you're going to read it out loud to yourself. Then we will move on to the 2 triangulation exercises. The first one is the vertical implant clearing one, and we will write the words I am God, I am not God over and over on a piece of paper, and I'll explain why we're doing that. And then a similar exercise, the triangulation for exercise 4, clearing the horizontal implant, and we're going to write the words sex is love, sex is not love over and over. So again, I will explain that in a moment, but first let's move on to the contract cancellation. And so again, make sure you've got something to write with. What we're going to be doing is the words that you see on the screen. And again, if you would like to follow this in one of the languages we have translated, please use that link we gave you earlier. But otherwise, here it is in English. And we are going to be writing these words on a piece of paper. In the name of I am that I am, in the name of the divine soul presence that I am, I cancel and nullify all my contracts and agreements in the past, present, and future, made between any part of my being and the dark forces. I decree and I command that all consequences of these contracts and agreements are null and void and are completely and permanently erased from my reality. I am now a sovereign and free being of light from now and for all eternity. So be it, and so it is. And then you will sign your name at the bottom. So we are going to give you 8 minutes to do this, and this will give you time to write it out. And then remember, you're also going to be reading it out loud to yourself. And it's very important that you read it with as much emotion and conviction as possible. Remember, these contracts are what's the word I want to say? Reignited so often in today's society. So it's very, very important that we do these contract cancellations on a regular basis, and you say it like you mean it. So now let's start for 8 minutes. Write out the words that you see, and then when you're finished, you're going to sign it, and then you're going to read it back to yourself out loud. I'll meet you back in 8 minutes. And welcome back. So we have canceled our contracts. This is important, as I mentioned earlier, to do on a regular basis. We invite you to actually keep this piece of paper and read the contract cancellation that you wrote out often and say it aloud often. It's a great way to start your day or end your day. So yeah, you can either write it out again at times, or as I said, carry this one around with you and use it on, whenever you feel like you might need to cancel some contracts, because the matrix likes to reinforce these contracts very often. So, okay, so let us move on to exercise number 5. But before we move on to the triangulation exercises, I'd like to explain real quick to bring some clarity to how triangulation exercises work. So you'll be writing 2 contradictory statements. As I said, you're going to write these statements over and over on a piece of paper. And the reason you do this is to decrease the implant's effects in your mind by placing it in the other polarity. So for instance, the vertical implants, which are the ones above your eyebrows that disconnect you from source, these were placed here by the dark to create the primary belief that I am not God. So that is the belief that we're programmed to believe, that I am not God. So when you write, I am God, and then you put yourself in that state, and that means you feel what it feels like. You touch and you tap into your emotions, into your heart, and what does it feel like when you write the words, I am God? And then you alternatively write the words, I am not God, and then you right away put yourself into that state, feeling what it feels like when you think I am not God. What you're doing, you're bringing your mind into both alternate states, which then allows the implants to begin to dissolve. So they sort of start to neutralize each other out. It's sort of like a +1 and a -1 equaling 0. And the same works with the horizontal implant, the one above your navel that separates your sexual energy from your heart energy. And that was put here to program us with the basic message that sex is not love. So when you write these 2 alternating affirmations, sex is love, sex is not love, and you feel what each of those statements feel like back to back like that over and over, you decrease the effect of the implant and it begins to clear. So that's how the triangulation works. And so the first one we're going to do is the I am God, I am not God exercise. And we do suggest for this that you write it in your own language. That will be the most effective. So whatever feels the most powerful for you. And we also ask that when you write these words, you do it consciously. And as I said, you feel what it feels like. You're writing, I am God, I am not God. And if the word God doesn't resonate with you, you can say, I am the source, or I am source. I am one with the source. I am goddess. I am the goddess. Whatever resonates with you. So you can change a word that feels more powerful, the most powerful for you. And again, it's the intention that counts. So it's not necessary that you just mindlessly fill a piece of paper. Don't worry about that. Just write it as much as you can, but taking the time also to feel. So we're going to give you 8 minutes again we'll put some music on. And so you will write out the words on a piece of paper and really feel what it feels like, because we want to hear how this feels for you afterwards. You're going to write the words, I am God, I am not God, now for 8 minutes. So let us begin. And welcome back. So we have worked to clear those 2 implants that were placed in our forehead area. And now we are going to move on to our final exercise, which is number 6. And this one is called Sex is Love, Sex is Not Love. And we will do the exact same thing on a piece of paper in your own language, if possible. Write out the words sex is love, sex is not love, and write it as often as you can. However, make sure that you're pausing as you write it, or you're feeling into it as you write it. You want to feel what it feels like when you write the word sex is love, sex is not love. And that is most important. And remember, these implants, this one was placed here to separate our heart energy from our sexual energy, and men and women were implanted differently, and there's been a lot of separation there. Cindy had a great comment in the chat. Cindy shared with us that sex is love, sex is not love will help with distorting the implants on the solar plexus. When this implant is dissolved, the difference in female and male perceptions of sexual energy can be healed. And then she continues saying this will facilitate the true purpose of sexual energy, which is merger of female and male polarities into the one, which is a key to immortality and ascension. So thank you, Cindy, for sharing that extra wisdom. We appreciate that. And let us see here. Oops. I was just getting rid of a little troll in the comment section. So we apologize about that. We're going to be doing the same thing, in which we will write out the words on a piece of paper. We'll give you 8 minutes to do this. The same thing. So let us begin. We're going to write the words sex is love, sex is not love, and be sure to feel what this means to you with each statement. And then we invite you to share on these last few exercises later afterwards, so we can talk about it. So, all right, let's begin. And welcome back. This exercise in particular can bring up some very powerful feelings and emotions for both women and men. And so we invite you to share how what you thought of it, these exercises. Did you feel anything shift in your body? You may or may not. Sometimes shifts and thoughts come to you later in the week after doing these exercises that may not have occurred during the session. But allow yourself to feel and give yourself compassion. And remember, these implants have been here for a very, very long time, and we're sort of chipping away at them, so to speak, by doing these exercises. And so it is important to clear yourself of some of this negative programming and the negative emotions that go along with it. So we remind you to drink lots of water after doing these sessions. Drink your filtered water and cleanse, maybe even take like a detoxifying bath or something with some Epsom salts or sea salts, and really just allow yourself to cleanse yourself of the energy of these exercises. And this is why we also encourage you to the paper that we used for the last two exercises, the I Am God and Sex is Love. We do encourage you to throw them away or burn them or tear them up, whatever you need to do to remove that energy from you. You've done the work. We suggested keeping the contract cancellation, but these two last pieces, let's just get rid of them. We've done the work. And a reminder that you can do these exercises as often as you like. For our sessions, we do keep them down to 8 minutes, just so our session doesn't run too long. But when you do these on your own, give yourself 10, 15 minutes sometimes to really feel what you feel like when you're doing this. So let me just make a few other, and now remember at the end, we're going to be talking about the upcoming meditations. So if you can stay on for those, that would be great. I want to remind everyone though, that doing these exercises just once will likely not be enough to remove the implants, but you can receive powerful healing. So yeah, let us know if you're feeling any of that powerful healing. And the more often you do it consistently over time, the effects of the clearing will increase, especially as the light forces are gaining momentum with their clearing process also. And so this is why, again, we thank our regular attendees and for being with us on session after session. You are doing some really, really powerful work, and we invite you to keep doing it. And please spread the word. Remember, the more people that attend these sessions, the more powerful it is for everyone. So that is really why we want to spread the word and really get some really strong energy going toward this. That's how we create the most movement. So yeah, if anyone, let me just share a few comments. Let's see here. Esther said, I really felt this today. Well, Esther, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's some really powerful energies today. And so everything seems to be magnified. And I know as a team, we were all feeling a little tired today. And we were just like, wow, these must be some powerful energies coming in. So thank you so much for sharing that. Let me just see if we have any other comments. Julia, thank you for sending us the love. And Agnes is reminding everybody about the interview that I will be doing with Cobra. And yeah, please, if you have questions that you would like us to propose to Cobra, I'm doing the interview on behalf of Sisterhood of the Rose, and we really invite you to put it into the chat. We'll leave the chat open for an extra few minutes afterwards too. So if you need a couple minutes to think about what those questions might be. So I know everyone has so many questions during this time. As we know, around the world, things are real crazy. I think we should all send lots of light and love to Austria and other places around the planet that are really experiencing some heavy-weighted tyranny starting to take place. And this is why this work that we're doing is increasingly important during these end times before the event, when things do escalate. And this is why we are so needed to really show up, to do our own healing, to do some of our own shadow work, clear our energy fields consciously and consistently on a daily basis, keeping ourselves protected and spreading light as much as we can. It's important for us to stay calm during these times and not go into the fear. And so we really appreciate that you are doing this work and really contributing to the light grid on the planet. Anton has shared with us, I feel like today was the most powerful session for me, and I've attended every session so far. Anton, a big virtual hug to you. Thank you so much for your regular attendance. You are a great example of demonstrating how with increased attendance, it becomes more and more powerful. So we thank you so much for sharing that comment. And you are definitely contributing to the light grid with your beautiful energy. So thank you, Anton, for sharing that. And yes, I love Adriana's comment. Gratitude to Cobra, Lightworkers, and Victory of the Light Team. So thank you so much for sharing that. We appreciate your gratitude. We are a volunteer team, and we love that you feel this benefits you. So thank you so much. Let me see if there's Cindy's comment, very optimistic. Everything will be resolved as a result of the energetic intervention from the galactic central sun. The breakthrough is near. Yes, it really is. And we're all feeling that. And what we're doing with this global huge mass meditation coming up is we are creating just the force that will hopefully shortly after that trigger the event. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Let me just remind you of when our next session is, so you can mark your calendar and spread the word. That is December 1st. That's a Wednesday again at the same time, 8 p.m. UTC. We are we've adjusted the time for the winter time changes in many parts of the world. So hopefully this fits well with what everyone's accustomed to. And again, just to keep up any news announcements, we have our Victory of the Light Telegram channel and chat. And so we do invite you to join us there. We make announcements on these implant sessions, upcoming meditations, as well as other information that is released. And there's a really interesting chat taking place at Victory of the Light chat. So please make sure you join that and be with us there. And also our friends at We Love Mass Meditation has a page dedicated with all the information on the sessions. So you can go to that one timetable of upcoming implant clearing, and you'll see that we have sessions in other languages too. These sessions are being done in French, and in Spanish, in Japanese, Chinese. You'll see. So just go there and you'll see all the different languages that we have these sessions done. So if you can hang on for a few minutes, we're just going to talk about this very important announcement that Cobra had put onto his blog. And if you're not familiar with Cobra, Cobra is an intel provider for the resistance movement and a Pleiadian contactee. And we follow a lot of his intel here with these sessions and with our Victory of the Light team. And because we feel of all the intel out there, his is some of the most accurate. You know, there's a lot of misinformation taking place out there right now. So we have to be very discerning. So on December 21st, which is the solstice at 4 p.m. UTC time, we are doing this big global mass meditation for divine intervention. It's an activation for divine intervention. So let me explain this, what that is, if you haven't heard about this yet. At this moment of the solstice, the exact time of the solstice, we will create a portal through which we will unify our consciousness and trigger the process that will lead us one step closer to the liberation of this planet. This activation helps the light forces to ground the energy of light on the surface of the planet to further stabilize the positive timeline. And that's what we all want on this planet in every single country around the world. We want that positive timeline. So the number of people doing the activation is the single most influential factor within the process, within the power of the surface population for speeding up the process. So many people feel helpless. What can I do? What can I do? Oh my gosh, things are getting so bad. Right here, this is it. You know, spread this word. We need to reach a critical mass of at least 144,000 people. And we feel we can even reach 1 million, but that's going to be up to all of us to make sure that we're spreading the word. And what this will do is create a massive healing chain reaction in the energy field worldwide. There is power in mass meditations, and that's why we do these. And so if a critical mass of 144 people joins this meditation, we will send a strong signal. And according to the galactic laws, this will initiate a process of acceptance of our planet into the galactic family. The process itself will still take some time, but first and very important step will be taken, and it will have far-reaching exopolitical and geopolitical consequences. And this is what we want. Some people are asking, why not just do a meditation to trigger the event, or to remove the cabal, or to work on the situation with the COVID? And what this is even taking it up a notch, because if we can achieve what we want to achieve with this meditation, all the other things will take care of themselves. And so I'm going to be asking Cobra during our upcoming interview more about this, so that we can really, really be clear as to what we're doing and why we're doing this meditation. So we'll keep you posted on when that is. And a reminder, if you have questions that you would like us to include, please put those in the chat. This is your chance to really get some of your questions answered. So, however, just to point out, this activation is actually a two-step process. So the first step before the meditation is going to be, we're asking people to sign the Planetary Liberation Petition. And there's a link to that, and we'll put that in the chat as well, of where you can go to sign the petition. And you don't even have to use your full name or all of that, but it's just important that we get 144 signatures by December 21st to trigger the desired exopolitical effect. And so we need to do something physical in the physical, such as signing this petition, so that we can see results in the physical. So that's what we're doing that for. And again, we're going to get more clarification from Cobra on that as well. And then, of course, the second step is the meditation itself. So this two-step trigger will have the maximum effect on the planetary situation. And that's what we want, that positive timeline to create enough of a trigger so that we can, as soon as possible, liberate this planet. So that is our goal. And to help that, because remember, it's about having as many people as possible doing this meditation on December 21st. So what we're doing are 2 booster meditations. These are meditations that we will do before the December 21st meditation, and we will meditate so that we have, our intention for that meditation will be so that we have as many people as possible, especially we need to reach that critical mass of at least 144,000 people. So we're going to use the energy of the 2 upcoming eclipses, because during eclipses, there's portals and our it sort of is like a highway opens up to send all of our prayers and meditations up into that light grid, so that we can work with our galactic teams as well. And so what we're going to do, as I said, is visualize reaching the critical mass on that December 21st date, as well as 144,000 people signing the petition. So those 2 dates are, please mark your calendars for those as well. November 19th. This takes place at 9:03 a.m. UTC, and that's when the lunar eclipse will happen. It's a very powerful lunar eclipse. And also December 4th at 7:35 a.m. UTC, and that's when a very powerful solar eclipse happens. The light forces are asking as many people as possible to do these 2 preparatory booster meditations at the exact moment of both eclipses. So again, mark your calendar and spread the word. We can do this. We can bring in divine intervention. We can bring in galactic support. Our planet needs it right now. Everybody knows this. Everybody is feeling it, that things are really getting to a place of heating up, and we need galactic support and we need divine intervention so badly. And this is why this theme was selected. So let us create just the biggest energy force possible on the 21st of December, and so that we are heard. It's kind of like a cry for help almost. We just need the support, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But the more people that do it, the more powerful that message will be. So again, spread the word. Let's really get people excited. Share. There's a lot of promotional videos out. You can find information on all this on the 2012portal.blogspot.com website. That's Cobra's website, as well as on the We Love Mass Meditation website. So please share all of this. We love you all too. Diana, thank you all. You guys are great. We thank you so much for being with us at this very on this very important day, and at this very important time in the history of the planet. This is it. This is where we're going to. We've trained many lifetimes for this, and this is it. So let's make this happen. So we thank you again for your time today. We hope we see you again in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, let us create so much power and keep spreading the light and put those dates on your calendar. And again, if you have questions, we're going to leave the chat open for a couple of minutes longer than we usually do. And just so you can put your questions in, think of what would you like Cobra to answer? What questions do you have about what's going on, about what we can do to get through these times? So we have support, and we're going to make this happen. So again, thank you all so much. We appreciate you. And I want to shout out, thank you to my great team here today. And I also want to give a shout out to Felipe and Babette, who are also helping in the chat today. So, and I thank Cindy, Agi, and May too as well. And thank you to all. So everyone, have a great day. Loved what Jay just said. Love you all. Look forward to seeing you all in person one day. Can you imagine the celebration we're going to have? I am head to toe goosebumps right now. And I feel like, or maybe I'm just hoping, but I feel like it's going to be a big dance party. So we look forward to very much meeting everybody. Just we're all so connected in our hearts right now and in our energetic fields. And someday we will be able to give each other those great big in-person physical hugs. So let's make this happen. And as Crazy Fire said, let's create the compression breakthrough on December 21st, plus the booster meditations coming up. So yes, thank you, Crazy Fire, for sharing all of that. Agi, I knew you'd love this idea, big dance party. So I have a feeling a lot of us are gonna want that. Just we deserve it, a huge celebration. Thank you all for your great comments. You guys are the best. Ancient Goddess, thank you all and love you all so much. Can we just feel how connected we all are? And this work we're doing is so important that we're attracting trolls. So that's just almost affirmation that what we're doing is really is really important. So we're recording your comments. We're going to make a note of them that or your questions that you are putting in the chat for Cobra. So again, let's see, a couple more comments. Esther, we want the universe to respond to us. Yay. Yes, we do. We're putting our signal out there loud and clear. So Anton, again, thank you for being here. And he says thank you to all of you. So you guys are sharing so much love today. Wow, I can really feel it. So let me just block some of these trolls. And if anyone else has anything to share, like I said, we will leave the chat open for you guys to chat with each other and toss in your comments or your questions for Cobra. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much, and victory of the light.